36 years old. My wife cheated on me with her so-called work husband, and I made sure they both lost their careers. If you're 36 and this blind side hits you 7 years down the drain, vows turning to venom, what do? Rage blind, beg for mercy, or freeze it all cold, calculate the kill shot? Yeah, that's me. I'm Marcus, right there in the heart of Chicago's grind with the Windy City's bite gnawing at my bones like it sensed the storm coming. Picture it. 2016. We were kids playing house. Me, 29, mid-level analyst crunching numbers in a downtown consultancy tower, those glass cages where egos clash louder than the L train rumbling below. 105,000 a year now, but back then 70 grand felt like striking gold. Vanessa, 27. Fresh-faced communications manager, scripting pitches that could sell sand to the Sahara. 90,000 these days, but she started at 65. We met at a client mixer in the Loop, me, nursing a flat IPA, her lighting up the room with that laugh sharp as a winter gust off Lake Michigan. One conversation, 2 dates. 6 months later, married. Backyard bash in Lincoln Park, string lights flickering like faulty promises her in lace that hugged every curve I swore to cherish. Till death do us part, I vowed, slipping the ring on her finger. She grinned, eyes hazel fire. Or till the Cubs win again. We laughed. God, we laughed. 7 years strong. Fast forward to 2023. Our Lakeview perch 2-bedroom slice of heaven, $2,400 a month, overlook the lake's moody churn waves, crashing like unspoken regrets against the shore. Hardwood floors creaked under our steps. Balcony for Sunday coffees, steam rising like fragile peace. No kids. Deliberate. Chicago's chaos is enough parenting, she'd say, clinking mugs, her jasmine perfume wrapping me like a warm lie, solid life, arguments sure. The odd flare over who forgot the dry cleaning or whose turn it was to battle the February ice storms, but cracks invisible. Until coal slithered in. It crept slow, subtle as fog rolling off the water at dawn. Early 2020 pandemic lockdown turning the city into a ghost, empty magnificent mile masked shadows hustling home. Her team reshuffled. Remote glitches. Then him. Cole. 29. The bad boy import tattoos snaking from rolled sleeves, Harley rumbling in the parking garage like a threat always in that black leather jacket over slim-fit shirts smirking like he owned the boardroom. She dropped his name casual. Over pad thai takeout one drizzly Tuesday rain, lashing the windows like frantic Morse code. New guy on comms, Cole. Kid's a shark, closed the Peterson deal solo. I forked noodles, nodded. Sounds like a win for the team. Win. Ha, if I'd known then. By 2021, he wasn't background noise. He was the beat. Stories swelled like the lake after a storm. Cole crushed that client pitch total fire, or brainstormed late with Cole. Guys got edge. Edge. Her word. Lit her cheeks' pink eyes distant like she was replaying the replay. I filed it. Analysts brain spot the outliers, chase the trends. Late nights ticked up. Virtual happy hour ran long. Phone buzzes sharpened. Giggles at screens I didn't peek. That jasmine spritzed heavier, clinging to her coats like a secret signature. Perfume for pixels. Or for him, I swallowed it. Trusted the vows. Loved the woman who'd dragged me to Wrigley bleachers screaming till hoarse. But the unease it pooled. Low. Like groundwater seeping cracks you can't see yet. Then. Summer 2022. Rooftop Rager in Lakeview old neighborhood crew brats sizzling on the grill IPAs, sweating in the July heat while the skyline pulsed neon approval. Vanessa's 3 rosés in flushed and fierce curled against me on the wicker sectional. Someone Dave from accounting beer foam mustache prods her job tails. She waves dramatic, laughs that siren pull. Downtown's a zoo, but Cole. My work husband. Keeps the chaos from swallowing me whole. Work husband. Lands light as confetti. Laughter erupts. Group roars. But me stone. Glass frozen mid-sip. The city hum fades. Wind off the lake turns knife edge. Work. Husband. Play it cool. Probe velvet. She turns. Pats my knee. Quick, possessive, or placating. You know, babe. Office slang. Cole's the one who grabs my lattes, backs my plays. Work husband. More chuckles ripple. Her blush creeps. Real. Warm. Like the label wrapped too tight. Too right. I force the grin. Teeth grind subtle. Cozy setup. So I'm what the Weekend Warrior group howls. She leans in. Lips brush my ear. You're the forever Marcus. Forever. Velvet lie. That night. Balcony exile. Lake Michigan black ink below waves gnashing the breakwall like hungry teeth. Wind whips her jasmine ghost faint, now twisted sour in my throat. Work husband. The phrase coils. Slithers. Disrespect in buzzword drag. Who tags a married woman like that? Who blushes owning it 7 years? Vows carved deep as the Chicago River's bends. One joke, it unearthed the rot. Doubt bloomed. Poison ivy under skin. Dawn kitchen. Coffee gurgles judgment. She shuffles in robe loose hair, wild bedhead. Rooftop was lit. Casual. Blind. I slide her mug. Black 2 sugars. Ritual anchor. Yeah. That work husband zinger gold. Test waters. Ripple light. She sips. Shrugs easy. Lighten up. It's harmless. Cole's just reliable. Reliable. Smoke screen, sparks hidden. I nod. Mug lift. Harmless. Check. But gears grind. Analyst mode patterns pulse. This anomaly swarm. Subtle. Savage. Weeks bleed. His name Flood. Cole's Harley test ride. Adrenaline rush. Or paired with Cole on the merger brief. We sync. Her glow amps. Late shifts spike. Client dinner. Cole's co-hosting. Phone pings midnight Morse. Giggles echo hall dark. Jasmine bombs deploy. For downtown glass or his leather I choke it down. Faith first, love second. But the pool rises, doubts tide, lapping higher. 1 October Eve, 2022 tale. She keys in past 1 a.m. Heels stutter hardwood, sorry love. Deck ran overtime, perpetual. Couch vigil report blurred. Cole's deck soft hook. She pauses. Boot unzip, yeah. Collab magic. Eyes flicker. Replay reel. She flops close. Head nests shoulder. Missed this, missed. Hollow ring. Arm drapes her. Pull tight. But Jasmine strangles now. Laced with leather whiff. His jacket or my ghost snap. Quiet. Decision crystallizes. No more gulps. No blind marches. 7 years bought this perch. This life. But disrespect. It corrodes the core. I'd monitor. Map. Thread the noose. Work husband. If it meant betrayal's wink, careers crumble first. Her polished world, his bad boy shine, I'd torch it, silent. Surgical, brick by calculated brick, trust shards in my palm, but revenge forged steel, cold, waiting to strike. Flashback. 2019, the golden hour. Chicago summers couldn't scorch us. We'd ditch the downtown grind early, me peeling off my analyst tie, her kicking off heels, and bolt for the lakefront trail. Bike rentals from Navy Pier, wind whipping her hair wild, Jasmine trailing like a comet's tail. Race you to the lighthouse, she'd yell, pedaling fierce. I'd let her win. Always. $105,000 a year by then, bonuses stacking from market calls that saved the firm's ass during that tariff mess. Hers, 75,000 scripting comms that won us the big pharma contract. Lakeview balcony dinners, grilled lake perch from the farmer's market, wine uncorked, her foot hooking mine under the bistro table. We're building something real, Marcus, real, echoed like gospel. Nights blurred into dawn, tangled, hungry, no rush for kids. Let the nest feather first, we'd murmur. Nest, fortified, unbreakable. 2020, lockdown hit, city caged, but us. We thrived in the squeeze. Remote setups in the spare room, my spreadsheets glowing blue, her pitches firing over Zoom. Quarantine walks along Lakeshore Drive. Empty, hours, picnics on the grass, cheese and prosciutto from Jewel Osco, her head on my lap as freighters ghosted the horizon. This is us against the world, she'd say, fingers tracing my knuckles. World it bent. We didn't. My salary ticked to 90,000. Hers to 80. Firm thrived on virtual chaos. Late calls shared. Cole's a beast on these decks, she'd say, post-meeting collapsing beside me. Beast, first mention. Casual, I'd nod. Pull her close. Sounds like he's carrying the load. Load, shared. No shadows then. 2021. Rebound roar. Offices cracked open. Masks ditched. We reclaimed the loop elevated trains rattling like applause. My promotion landed. 105,000 locked. Corner desk with a sliver of Lakeview. Vanessa's 85,000 leading her first remote team. Celebratory steak at Gibson's Filet, medium rare her dress, that deep emerald clinging like sin. To us, she toasted eyes locked on mine over candle flicker. Us, ironclad. Coal-faded footnote. Until spring, hybrid hell. Cole's back in the office full-time. She mentioned over eggs at our balcony breakfast, whined off the lake, carrying her words like warning flags. Kid's got that bad boy energy, keeps the team loose. Loose. Her laugh tinkled. I forked yoke, bad boy tattoos, and Harley's probe light. She shrugged, sipped coffee, something like that. Harmless spark, spark. Ignored then. Nest still warm. Early 2023, the thaw. Winter's grip broke, but ours started slipping. Subtle, like ice cracking under boot sole. Late nights first. Client dinner ran long, she'd text 7 p.m., turning to 10. Phone silenced more. Buzzes muffled. I'd pace the Lakeview living room, hardwood cool under socks reports blurring on my laptop. 105,000 bought security, but not this gnaw. With the team, I'd ask when she keyed in Jasmine heavy heels, clicking fatigue. Yeah. Cole pitched the merger angle. Nailed it. Nailed. Glow in her cheeks, not from wine. From him, I'd nod. Pull her in for a kiss. Taste the lie or my doubt. February frost. Client dinners stacked. Cole's tagging along, she'd say, casual slipping into that black sheath, the one that hugged too tight for boardrooms. He's got the visuals. Visuals. Her eyes lingered on the closet mirror longer. Makeup sharpened. Red lips that used to smear mine now pristine. I'd swallow. Analyst gears grind. Patterns pulse. Dinners thrice weekly. Returns past 11. Traffic on the Kennedy, she'd murmur, collapsing couch ward. Traffic. Chicago's curse. But Jasmine laced now. Faint leather whiff. His jacket ghosted on her coat, March melt. Texts turned tide. Phone face down more. Giggles leaked. Midnight Morse. I'd stir. Pretend sleep. Who's that mumble casual? She'd snatch screen. Sam from work. Meme dump. Sam enabler echo. But pings his rhythm. Coles. Late. Intimate. One night. 3 a.m. Vigil. Balcony exile. Lake black rage below. Wind howled. I cracked her code. Analyst hunt. Old phone backups. Cloud ghosts. Messages unearthed. Buried threads. Missed our brainstorm from him. Her soon. Can't wait. Wait. For what coffee or corners? Pain hit then. Not punch. Slow bleed. Chest hollowed. 7 years. Vows velvet. Now shredded. Doubt no more pool. Ocean. Drowning me. I choked it. Gasped air. Decided. No confrontation. Not yet. Proof first. Cold calculus. Analyst's creed. I'd gather. Thread the noose. Late shifts I'd track. Texts. Screenshot silent. Dinners. Tale 1. Subtle. From shadows. April bloom. Cole swelled. Stories flooded. Cole's Harley mod total rush story. Or synced with Cole on the quarterly. Magic. Magic. Her pulse quickened saying it. Late returns, routine, 11, midnight. Overtime deck, she'd sigh, boots kicked off, deck. His visuals. I'd nod. Bed claimed. But sleep exile, ceiling vigil. Patterns screamed, late plus, glow plus, leather whiff, anomaly cluster. Betrayal's code. May heat. Proof hunt escalated. I cloned her cloud. Night ops. Laptop glow in the spare room, our office turned war room. Messages mined, flirty threads. You're killing me in that jacket, her to him. His wait till you see the tat. Tat. ink under cuffs, bad boy bait, heart not raced, froze, pain sharpened, not sob, steel forge, doubt died, hurt bloomed, vicious, but resolve iron. I'd compile, screenshots stacked, timestamps etched, dinners I'd drive downtown, steak from the garage shadow, one night, her laugh, his arm brush, casual or claim June swelter, chaffed raw, Lakeview balcony, alone, waves mocked, 7 years, nest-riddled termites, her returns glow nuclear, Cole's pitch saved us, she'd beam robe loose, saved, who us or her thrill, I'd pull her close, kiss forehead, taste ash, inside volcano cold. Proof mounted, texts lewd-edged, late night his, her your place, not ours, pain peaked, not tears, fury distilled, pure, decisive, ending line I knew then, she'd betrayed, vows vapor, but direct proof, the kill shot. I needed eyes on the crime, careers first, their thrones, I'd topple silent, no scream, just shatter. Autumn 2023, Chicago's turn. Leaves bleeding gold along Lakeshore Drive. Winds off Michigan whipping sharp like the city knew my edges were fraying. I'd been hunting shadows for months. Proof stacked like a house of cards, screenshots, crisp time stamps, damning texts that twisted my gut into knots tighter than the Gordian. Flirty barbs, late-night brainstorms, that one gut punch. Your place after the deck, from her to him. Cole's reply, flame emoji, fire, their fire. Not ours. $105,000 a year bought me spreadsheets and sleep. But this, it bought silence. Cold calculus. I'd wait for the kill shot. Eyes on the crime. No accusations, no sloppy tears. Just the blade honed quiet. October frost. Early. The kind that bites your knuckles raw. I'd clocked her schedule like a hawk analyst precision. Wednesdays, client huddle downtown. Running late. She'd text Jasmine, lingering on her coat like a taunt. That day, I mirrored her. Left the office early. 105,000 meant flex hours. I used them. Slipped into the garage shadows under the tower glass monolith, piercing the Loop Sky consultancy hive, buzzing like a hornet's nest. Her firm's badge, borrowed from a forgotten conference lanyard. Elevator hum. Floor 34. Comms wing. Hallways sterile, carpet muffling my steps, heart not pounding, steady, ice in the veins, door cracked, conference room 3, label peeled faint, voices leaked, hers, his low murmur, laughter hers, that siren pull I'd chased for 7 years, now poison drip, I eased in, storage closet adjacent, janitor's nook, door ajar sliver, enough, view framed, perfect trap, there, Vanessa, back to the table, black sheath hiked scandal high, Cole behind, leather jacket shed, tattoos flexing under shirt sleeves rolled loose, hands gripped her hips, thrusts sharp, rhythmic, her gasp, his grunt, mirror on the wall caught it all, her head thrown back, lips parted on his name. Cole, work husband, real claim. Shock hit, not wave, spike, ice pick through the chest, 7 years flashed, backyard vows, string lights haze, her lace, my ring. Forever. Shredded now, in a conference room, on company time, premises stained, air thick with their heat. Jasmine choked, mixed with his sweat. Leather ghost. I froze, frame locked. Analyst brain overload, patterns confirmed. Betrayal's code cracked wide. Pain bloomed vicious. Not sob, not scream, fury distilled, pure venom. But eyes unblinking. Phone slipped silent. Video mode. Red light ghost. Captured it. 4 minutes. Enough. Their faces clear. Table scarred with merger notes. Irony thick as the fog rolling in off the lake. They finished. Quick. Guilty. Her skirt smoothed. His zipper rasp. Kiss stolen, lingering. That was risky, she whispered. Giggle-laced. His smirk. Bad boy crown. Worth it. Work wife. Work wife. Echo mock. They slipped out. Door click. Hall empty. Me still. Frame frozen. Video saved. Cloud uploaded. Backup tripled. Shock ebbed. Not grief. Resolve surged. Cold front rolling in. sleet in my soul. 7 years collateral. But this their throne. Careers built on glass. I'd shatter it. Silent. Surgical. Exited calm. Elevator descent. Garage chill. Windy City's roar swallowed me, drove Lakeview loops. Lake Michigan churned black. Waves gnashed the seawall like my teeth might have. Pulled over. Belmont Harbor. Bench claimed. Phone replayed. 4 minutes. Hell loop. Her moans. His grip. Pain sharpened. Not dull ache. Razor edge. But breath steadied. Analyst reset. Patterns plotted. Firm policy fraternization clause ironclad. Intimate relations on premises termination immediate. HR handbook memorized. Their video exhibit A. Blurred faces for the tip, unblurred for the kill. November bite deepened, proof hunt finale. I cloned deeper. Her laptop left charging one dawn. Password guess our anniversary. Pathetic. Files mined. Emails laced. Delete after 5 from her. His always. Always. Their always. Photos snuck. Conference room selfies, his arm draped, her blush real, texts threaded. Missed you in that meeting. Flirt code, heart not broke. Armored now, cold plate, pain fuel, decisive. I'd compile, dossier airtight. Anonymous tip, exec chain, no trace back. One night, late. Balcony vigil, frost rhymed the rail, lake ink below. Wind howled dirge, phone dossier glowed. 20 gigs, videos, screenshots, timeline synced, their affair mapped precise, January start, coals higher, flirt spring, dinner summer, deed fall, conference room capstone, me catalyst 0, 7 years blind, no more, fury, not hot, Arctic. I'd strike winter, careers first, her 90,000 Polish, his bad boy shine, toppled, then divorce, clean, I'd keep the nest. 2,400 perch, Lakeview throne, swore it then, to the waves, to the wind, quiet oath. You'll lose it all. Jobs, rep thrill, their fire ash, my justice cold burn, no mercy please, no courtroom drama, silent storm, calculated collapse, they built on sand, my proof rock, and when it fell I'd watch from shadows, unseen, unbroken, vows vapor, but revenge real as Chicago steel, forged, ready to cut deep. Late 2023, Chicago's winter clawed in, snow dusting the loop like powdered regret. I'd waited, patient as the lake freezing over, dossier locked tight. 20 gigs of venom videos, sharp screenshots, stacked timelines etched like autopsy scars. Conference room capstone, their 4-minute sin, faces clear. Firm policy fraternization death sentence. Intimate acts on premises termination without appeal. HR gospel. I'd blur for the tip, unblur for the throne. Exec chain, anonymous, no fingerprints. 105,000 a year taught me traces kill. Mine ghost. November, chill. Thanksgiving ghosted past. Turkey dry as her excuses. Family call her mom's voice crackling from Evanston. How's the missus still burning the midnight oil? I'll oil, burned for him. I murmured neutral. Busy as ever. Busy. Code for bent over tables, hung up. Balcony vigil. Lake iced black. Wind howled hollow. Sent it then. Email forged clean. Exec suite. CEO's gatekeeper. Subject urgent compliance issue. Employee fraternization. Body crisp. Attached evidence of 2 comms team members engaging in prohibited conduct on company premises. Video confirms identities. Policy breach clear. Recommend immediate review. Attachment zipped. Blurred faces, time-stamped. Their end scripted. Reply pinged dawn. Frost rhymed the window. Thank you for the alert. Matter escalated to HR. Confidentiality assured. Assured, my veil, their shroud. Days blurred. Snow fell thicker. She stirred more. Weird vibes at work. Casual over eggs. Jasmine faint, her armor cracking. I nodded. Forked yolk. Vibes like what? Probe velvet. She shrugged. Rumors. Internal audit. Audit. My shadow. Sounds routine. Routine. For them, reckoning. December bite. Firm Christmas gala loomed. Gold Coast ballroom. Tuxes and tinsel. I skipped. Headache. I lied. Couch claimed. Reports blurred. Phone buzzed. Her text, "Party's lame without you. Cole's here saving the vibe." Saving. His crown. I stared. Lakeview lights twinkled mock. HR churned silent. Whispers leaked. My network analyst web-fed scraps. Comms shake-up brewing. Brewing. My storm. Week before New Year's. Eve snow. She keyed in early. Glow absent. Coat shed frantic. "Marcus, we need to talk." Talk. Her throne word. I sat. Kitchen table. Mug steam veiled my eyes. "Shoot. Shoot. Cold." She paced. Hardwood groaned. "Investigation. HR called me in. Video. Conference room. Video. My blade. Her gasp. They think it's me and Cole." Cole. Name choked. I leaned back. Chair. Creak. Video of what? Feign fog. Analyst mask. She crumpled. Chair claimed. Sobs cracked. Raw. Us. Having sex. On the table. Sex. Blunt. Her poison spilled. How who? Who? Me? Ghost. I shrugged. Slow. Leaked enemies. Enemies. Their mirror. She shook. Curls wild. Policy breach. Termination pending. Both of us. Both. Justice twin. 90,000 hearse. His bad boy shine. Torched. I nodded. Mug sip. Harsh. Harsh. Understatement steel. Her hand clawed mine. Nails dug. "Marcus, it was a mistake. Thrill. Stupid." Stupid. Her script. Crocodile flood. Work husband started as joke. Turned real. Real. Vows vapor. I pulled free. Gentle. Firm. Real as the ring. Twisted now. Her sob swelled. "I love you. Fix this, please." Fix. Late weld on shattered steel. Love built on lies. Lies. Her texts. His tats. Conference moans. Silence clawed. Air thick. Frost-etched glass. Lake black rage below. Divorce. Whisper hers. I stood. Slow. Tower shadow. Papers drawn. No fault. Quick. Quick. My calculus. Keep the nest. 2,400 perch. Her car. Half savings. Alimony waived. Her nod. Broken. Okay. Surrender whisper. January thaw. 2024 tease. Termination letters landed. HR cold. Effective immediately. Breach confirmed. Confirmed. My exhibit. She packed. Boxes thud. Lakeview echo hollow. I'm sorry. Sorry. Echo faint. Door click. Final. Gone. Cole ghosted. Harley silent in the garage. Bad boy broken. Social fallout snowballed. Her mom's call. Venom spit. What happened? Vanessa's wrecked. Fired over what? Over what? My secret. Work drama. Not my lane. Lane. Clean hands. Friends pinged. Lakeview crew. Heard about Van? You okay? Okay. Steel core. Divorce? Mutual. Mutual. Lie light. They bought. Whispers swirled. Consultancy halls. Scandal. Comms purge. Purge. My purge. February frost. Papers signed. Court clerk stamp. Clean cut. Nest mine. 2,400 unchained. I scrubbed. Hardwood gleamed. Jasmine ghosts banished. Balcony reclaimed. Lake Michigan thawed blue. Wind fresh. No choke. 105,000 pulsed. Promotion whisper. Senior analyst. Desk upgrade. Satisfaction settled. Not roar. Simmer. Quiet burn. Their careers. Ash. Her Polish cracked. His edge dulled. Betrayal. Not just vows broken. Thrones toppled. Self-sabotage in silken leather. I watched from shadows. Unseen. Unscarred. Resolution dawned. Spring tease. Lakeview perch. Windows cracked. Chicago gust rushed in. Fresh. Unyielding. 7 years scar faint. But me sharper. Colder. Chapter closed. New scripted. Analyst eyes forward. Patterns mine. No ghosts. Just grid. Infinite. Betrayal doesn't just shatter marriages. It torches the empires you built on lies. And in the ashes, freedom tastes like winter's end. Sharp. Unbreakable. Here's the next story. I discovered my wife Lauren wasn't just cheating again. She had tricked me into raising another man's child for almost a decade. I'm Mark 48. What would you have done if you were in my place? Picture this: Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Our cookie-cutter split level on Elm Street, the one with the faded blue shutters and a driveway that swallowed my SUV every evening like it was hiding evidence. It was a Thursday afternoon, the kind where autumn nips at your knuckles, but the basement still sweats like a guilty man. I was knee-deep in the dehumidifier, cursing a filter clogged with 9 years of dust and denial. The phone shrilled upstairs, sharp insistence slicing through the drone of the furnace like a knife through wedding cake. Lauren was in the kitchen, elbow-deep in suds from last night's casserole disaster. I figured she'd snag it, flash that megawatt smile of hers, the one that had reeled me in back at Penn State. But no. Her voice floated down through the return air vent, fuzzy at first, like a radio station tuning into hell. "Hello, Megan, holy crap, girl. It's been, 9 years? Feels like we were just sneaking flasks at prom." Megan. Lauren's high school shadow from Lancaster, the wild card with the bleached bob and a rap sheet of bad decisions. We'd bolted from that small-town trap right after the wedding, my security consulting gig pulling us to Harrisburg's safer shores. But Megan. She was the itch Lauren scratched in whispers, the old friend who always called collect on anniversaries. I froze, wrench, slipping from my grip, clanging against the concrete like a dropped mic. The vent hummed, carrying every syllable straight to my gut. "Hold up, Mark's wrestling that stupid unit downstairs. Let me kill the echo." Footsteps patted across the linoleum. The kitchen door clicked shut. My pulse thundered not from the humidity anymore, but from the silence that screamed secrets. I ghosted across the cold floor bare feet, silent on the grit, and lifted the basement extension. The line hissed alive, and there it was. Lauren's voice, low and laced with that conspiratorial purr she saved for girl talk. "All right, Dish. The medical convention in Allentown next weekend. Derek and Sean crashing it. Both of them. No way." A beat. Then her laugh, light filthy, the kind that used to curl my toes, but now clawed at my ribs. Derek. Sean. Names from her networking glory days, the ones she'd gloss over with wine-fueled shrugs. My knuckles whitened on the receiver. "You're not kidding." Sweet at the Hilton just like last time, God, the memories. Ethan Derek's little shadow. Turning 9 soon, and Mark still buying the whole Miracle Boy package. The kid's got his eyes, his build. Mark sees his own reflection in a funhouse mirror. Ethan. Our Ethan. 8 years of scraped knees and bedtime stories of me hoisting him on my shoulders at Hershey Park, his giggles drowning out the world's noise. The boy with the dark curls that never tamed like Samantha's or Rachel's, waves, the olive skin that bloomed under summer suns while ours freckled. My son. The word cracked in my skull like thunder. "Yeah, that expo, 9 years back, wildest weekend. Came home to Mark with champagne breath and boom, 2 months later the stick turns pink. Passed Ethan off smooth as silk. He built the crib himself, poor sap. Cried harder than I did." The vent amplified it all, the casual cruelty, the shared snicker like I was the setup for their punchline. 9 years. The Allentown trip. Her solo career boost, returning flushed and fierce, announcing the pregnancy over takeout tie. We danced in the living room, Samantha and Rachel clapping like tiny cheerleaders. I'd mapped out Little League seasons in my head, dreamed of teaching him to bait a hook on the Susquehanna. Lies. All of it woven into our family quilt like poison thread. I jammed a rag over the mouthpiece teeth, grinding so hard I tasted copper. They were plotting round 2. A weekend escape. Lauren, Megan, Derek, Sean, reigniting embers I'd never seen smoldering. "I'll finesse Mark. He's swamped at work. The kids can crash with his folks. Full weekend if I play it right, or at least a day sneak. God, I need that rush." The call wrapped in giggles and "text me nudes from the road." I eased the receiver down, the click echoing like a gavel. Slid to the floor back against the washer, the mildew scent choking me worse than tears. 21 years. Vows in that drafty chapel, her hand in mine promising forever. And this, a farce. A fool's paradise where I'd raised another man's seed, oblivious, doting, devoted. The cellar door groaned open above. Light spilled down the stairs like false hope. "Mark, you alive down there. Brewed your rocket fuel, extra shot, black as your soul." Her voice honeyed and oblivious, the apron strings swishing as she descended halfway. Blonde ponytail, swinging cheeks flushed from the sink's steam or the call's afterglow, she held out the mug, steam curling like accusations. I hauled myself up sleeve, scrubbing my face raw, forcing a grin that felt like shattered glass in my cheeks. "Yeah, babe. Filter's fighting back. One more yank." She tilted her head, eyes scanning me like a glitch in her script. "You good face like you wrestled a ghost." Our fingers brushed as I took the mug warmth that used to anchor me, now a live wire. I sipped the burn, steadying the storm. Just the damp. Basement blues. Kids off yet. Bus swallowed 'em whole. Ethan's science volcanoes erupting tonight, your cue for Dad of the Year. I nodded, the lie bitter on my tongue. Dad of the Year. The title mocked me as she pivoted upstairs, humming some top 40 hit hips, swaying in those yoga pants I'd bought last Christmas. The vent whispered back to silence, but the echo lingered clueless. Poor sap his boy. "What would you have done?" Explode storm up phone in fist demands flying like shrapnel, or swallow it, let the rage simmer into something sharper. Me. I drained the coffee, set the mug down with surgical calm, fixed the damn filter. This wasn't a spark to fan. It was a fuse to light, slow, precise, and hers to burn. 21 years. That's the sentence I got for loving her. A life term in the prison of blind trust, paroled only now by one damning phone call. Sitting there at the kitchen table that night, coffee gone cold as a coroner's slab, I replayed it all. The highs, the hooks, the slow bleed I called devotion. Stupid. So damn stupid. How had I missed the rot? It started innocent enough. Penn State junior year, 1984. Bear End campus, those foggy, eerie mornings where the lake smelled like secrets and second chances. I was the engineering grind slide rules and soldering irons, dreaming of corner offices and a family that didn't flinch at 4 a.m. alarms. She was marketing all fire and flashcards, blonde hair, catching the quad lights like a beacon for lost boys. I spotted her in the Union buried in a textbook thicker than my ego. Need a break, or just someone to make the midterms bearable, corny line. But she looked up, green eyes sparking, and laughed, not the polite kind. The real one, head thrown back, dimples carving canyons in her cheeks. Bearable, honey, make it unforgettable. 3 dates. That's all it took. First burgers at the Nittany Lion Inn, her stealing my fries, talking dreams, big house kids, laughter echoing off hardwood. Second bonfire by the creek, her head on my shoulder, whispering how she'd ditch the corporate grind for something real. Third, that kiss under the oaks, rain-slick leaves crunching her, saying, "Mark, you're the steady I've been chasing." Steady. Yeah, that's what I was. The rock, the fool. We married fast. 1986, summer sweat and shotgun vows in a chapel off Route 30, her in white lace that hugged like a promise me and a rented tux that pinched like doubt. "I do," she breathed, and I believed it. Every word. Harrisburg swallowed us whole, my entry-level security gig at Keystone Consultants, her admin slot at the Med Center. Ramen nights turned to roast chicken Sundays. We scraped for the down payment on Elm Street, that split-level trap with the creaky stairs and a yard begging for swings. Samantha hit first. 1989, 8 pounds of fury blue eyes like mine, dimples straight from Lauren. Labor was hell, 20 hours of her gripping my hand like a vice, cursing the world between pushes. But when they laid that pink bundle on her chest, magic. "Look what we made, Mark." We did. We really did. Nights blurred into bottles and burps me, pacing the living room with her colic wails, Lauren nursing in the rocker, exhausted but electric. "We're unstoppable," she'd murmur, toes tangling with mine under the quilt. Rachel followed 2 years later. 1991. Fiercer, funnier twin braids and a temper that lit rooms. "Another girl, we're building an empire, babe." Lauren's laugh, then pure gold. No shadows. Picnics at Wildwood Park, her packing deviled eggs, me chasing toddlers through the shallows. Christmas mornings sticky with cinnamon rolls, wrapping paper carnage knee-deep. 21 years. It felt like a highlight reel. Trust thick as fog, blind, absolute, but 9 years back. That's when the reel flickered. The Allentown Expo. Medical equipment schmooze fest, her big break for the hospital. 2 nights tops, networking gold mark, think promotions. I waved her off Friday. Dawn kissing her at the door, jeans-packed heels clicking like high hopes. Knock 'em dead. Miss you already. She called Saturday, giddy breathless. Panels all day, but the after-party's wild. Met these reps from Baltimore, Derek Shawn. Sharp guys. I chuckled, tucking Samantha into bed. Don't let 'em steal you away. Her laugh tinkled. As if. Home tomorrow hero. Sunday night, she rolled in, flushed Volvo, dusted with turnpike grime. Hugged the girls too tight, pecked me with lips tasting like Cabernet and something sharper. Exhausted, but worth it. 2 months later, the test. Pink lines. Mark. A boy. Joy exploded. After 2 princesses, this legacy. Ethan. We named him after my granddad, the quiet steelworker who'd built his own forge. Stormy October, 1996. Hospital lights harsh, her screams echoing down halls that smelled of bleach and beginnings. I held her hand, bruised purple by Dawn, whispering nonsense. You're a warrior, Lauren. Our son's coming. He did. 8 pounds slick and squalling, dark curls, plastered eyes dark too, not the blue we'd banked on. But olive skin, your Italian side shining through, the nurse cooed. Lauren beamed, cradling him. Our miracle. I held him first. That weight-warm wriggling sealed it. Hey, little man, Dad's got you. Built the crib weekends, blisters and all. Coached his first wobbles, bandaged the wipeouts. T-ball fields his glove, swallowing the ball, me yelling from the bleachers. Swing for the fences, Ethan. Bedtime rituals, stories of pirates and quests, his head on my chest, heartbeat sinking mine. Blind faith. That's the poison. I saw us in him, the family portrait, no cracks. Now replaying it from that kitchen chair, the mug's rim chipped like my illusions, it unspools ugly. The late shifts, she claimed, inventory chaos. Flinches at Lancaster invites. Megan's drama again. Ethan's hugs fiercer, needier, like he felt the fracture. And me, the sap-toasting anniversaries, blinders welded on. 21 years of I do eroded by her I did. Lauren breezed in from the laundry towel stack, balanced that absent smile flickering. Earth to Mark. You zoning dinner's meatloaf your fave. I folded a fitted sheet creases sharp as accusations, hands steady despite the quake inside. Yeah, just reminiscing. The good old days. She leaned in, lips brushing my temple, soft perfumed. We've stacked plenty, and the best still coming. Her fingers trailed my neck. Comfort or cover? Bed that night, her breaths even beside me, I traced ceiling cracks like veins in marble. Flashbacks looped vicious chapel bells. First cries, Ethan's grin gap-toothed and gold. Lies. All threaded with deceit. Anger coiled not wildfire, but a forge's glow. Slow burn. Building to something unbreakable. Morning broke gray, relentless. Kids thundered down for cereal. Lauren air-kissed goodbyes, Volvo humming away. I gripped the wheel to the office radio, mute mind a war drum. No more ghosts. Time to summon my own. The kind that doesn't haunt. It hunts. The week after that basement bomb hit like a blueprint, unrolling every line, deliberate every angle sharpened for the cut. Harrisburg's streets blurred under steel-gray skies, but inside my head, crystal. No more drifting through the fog of her lies. This was my forge now, me hammering out the exit one calculated strike at a time. Control, that's what it tasted like. Bitter coffee laced with steel. Monday morning office first, Keystone Consultants, my kingdom of locks and lies. But before the desk, the DNA kit. I'd ordered it Sunday night burner browser, anonymous dropship. Arrived by noon in a plain brown envelope, no return sender, just LabCorp services, stamped like a death warrant. 4 kits inside, swabs, vials, instructions crisp as a contract. Paternity verification. Under $100 for the truth. I tucked it in my briefcase, heart steady as a metronome. Home that evening, the kids scattered like shrapnel Samantha at volleyball tryouts, Rachel buried in homework. Ethan building Lego empires on the rug. Lauren late shift her text, buzzing in, stuck in traffic. Love you. Love. The word curdled. I knelt by Ethan's swab in pocket like a loaded gun. Hey, buddy. Dad's got a cool science thing, quick cheek check. Like a secret agent test. His eyes lit up dark and trusting. For real, am I gonna glow or something? Giggle, snort, swab, and twist out. Sealed, labeled. Samantha rolled in next, ponytail swinging, gym bag slung. What's this, Dad? You're turning into a mad scientist. I played it light, family health check, doctor's orders. She swabbed with a smirk. Fine, but if I test positive for superpowers, you're buying the cape. Rachel laughed from her room, earbuds dangling. Weird flex, Dad, but okay. Quick efficient. My sample in the master envelope, the one that would scream the verdict. By Wednesday, the bank's vault felt like a confessional. Downtown branch on 2nd Street teller named Carla with a name tag crooked as my conscience. Joint account $103,000 scraped from my overtime and her bonuses. I slid the forms across, transfer $85,000 into irrevocable trusts for Samantha and Rachel. College only locked tighter than Fort Knox. No wife's signature needed. I'd looped the fine print years back for the girls' futures. Carla stamped it, eyes neutral. Smart move, Mr. Harlan. Kids first. $18,000 left withdrew in cash, crisp hundreds, bundled in the go bag under the spare tire in the SUV. New checking Mark Harlan only routing numbers etched in my notebook. Credit cards canceled by Thursday lunch wires humming to David's escrow. Lauren's platinum frozen mid-swipe. She'd notice eventually gas station pump, maybe a spa day, but by then, irrelevant. I opened the solo account at a different branch across the river in Camp Hill. Deposit slip signed with a flourish. Freedom's first deposit. David Kaplan's office was next a brick bunker off Front Street, leather chairs, creaking under the weight of wrecked lives. My lawyer, since the house closing 62 with a comb-over like a silver fox and eyes that dissected bullshit for breakfast. I dropped into the client chair Friday morning, briefcase, unzipped, spilling the guts, the call transcript I'd scribbled word for word, the convention roster printout with Derek and Sean's suite number bolded like a target. He steepled his fingers, bifocals glinting. Walk me through it again. The boy Ethan, 9 years. Conceived at that Allentown Expo. She went alone, came back pregnant, passed him off as mine, and now planning round 2 with the bio dad and his buddy, laughing about it, me as the punchline. David leaned back, chair groaning. Adultery, fraud, paternity deception, that's a slam dunk for annulment grounds. Custody full for the girls, supervised for Ethan pending results. Assets house to you. I'll argue her deceit forfeits equity. Alimony minimal, if any. And the father, Derek, you said I'll track him via public records. Child support retroactive 9 years worth, or custody transfer if he bites. I nodded, voice level. Make it hurt. No reconciliation. This ends clean. His pen scratched, furious. Airtight. Petition drafts by Monday. Send the DNA results express. I'll attach affidavits. Audio from the weekend if you get it gold. Powers of attorney for the realtor too. Betty Klein, she's a shark with women like your wife. Sign here, initial there. Forms, flew divorce initiation, asset freezes, child support demands. I signed with the same pen I'd used for our mortgage, the ink drying like closure. One more. The locks Monday morning. Keys to you and the realtor. David slid the stack back. Ruthless Mark, but fair. She built the cage. You just unlocked the door. Back at Keystone by 2, the bullpen hummed cubicles like Graves monitors flickering blue ghosts. Harold Turcote's door loomed at the end, his nameplate gold-leafed president. Bald as a cue ball, built like a retired linebacker with a handshake that crushed bones. I knocked, stepped in. "Mark, you look like you swallowed a grenade. Sit, talk." I shut the door, dropped into the leather. Spilled it, no tears, just facts. The call, Ethan, and Craig. That slick bastard in sales with his gelled hair and corner cubicle, the one who'd high-fived me at the holiday party while eyeing Lauren's skirt. "Craig Jesus, whispers in HR, but I buried him to spare you. Tracy flagged emails, webcam trash motels off I-83. Show me." My voice ice. He buzzed the intercom. "Allison in here, now." His secretary breezed in 35 auburn waves, blue eyes sharp as X-rays. Efficiency in heels. Laptop underarm, she pulled up the drive folder labeled pending legal. 20 shots loaded, grainy damning. Lauren and Craig motel sheets twisted her laugh frozen mid-frame. Not our bed, some no-tell on the outskirts. Angles wrong, light harsh. Webcam feed time-stamped afternoons when I was on-site audits. Allison's voice cool as mint. "Copied to discs. One for you, one for David, one for Craig's wife Ellen in Lemoyne, one for our legal. Delete the originals post-burn. And the videos full length on his external pulled it last week. Want copies?" I swallowed bile, nodded. "All of it. And the Portland slot senior manager Pacific branch. Still mine." Harold's grin wolfed wide. "Hell yes. September start. We'll reassign Craig up there first team building. You pink slip him day one. Revenge with a paycheck." Allison slid the mailers across labels prepped. "Seymour, your lawyer's address here. Ellen's too. Don't let the kids see these." Efficiency like a blade through butter. I pocketed them, throat ash dry. "Thanks, both of you." Harold clapped my shoulder, gentle for him. "Family first, Mark. Craig's out by Cobb. Legal's drafting the termination. You get some air." Out in the hall, cubicles blurring, I felt it shift. Not just anger anymore. Power. The reins in my fists. Betty Klein's call buzzed in as I hit the lot. "Listing active powers signed. I'll charm the signatures from Lauren women like her crack under charm offensive." Locksmith scheduled dawn Monday. House sealed. Her key useless as her vows. Evening fell heavy kids' chatter, a fragile shield. Lauren breezed in, late takeout bags swinging. "Tie your peace offering for my crap week." She pecked my cheek, oblivious plating pad, C-U, like normalcy was glue. I forked noodles, watched her beautiful, still the liar's glow. "Rough one. Endless charts. You." Her foot nudged mine under the table flirt habit. "Productive." Truth half buried. Ethan piped up. "Dad did science today, swabbed us like spies." Lauren laughed, ruffled his curls. "Spy games, Mark, you're corrupting them." If only she knew. Bed that night, her hand on my chest, breaths, sinking to sleep. I lay awake, plans, etching neural paths. Trusts locked, accounts severed, proof mounting. Craig's empire crumbling. Portland calling rain-soaked reinvention far from Pennsylvania's ghosts. Saturday blurred gear run. Throwaway cells from the Walmart on Eisenhower, 2 burners for the op. Laptop scrubbed cams in the briefcase, wireless smoke detectors, my firm's ghost tech. Suite 411 Hilton Allentown, motion activated. High-def feeds to a VPN ghost server. Pro Tools for amateur hours. Sunday Eve, the envelope waited. DNA swab sealed labels affixed express to the lab, no traces back. I drove to the post office in Steelton, across tracks anonymous. Stamped, dropped in the slot. The thud echoed final like a guillotine's kiss. Back home, porch light flickering, I lit a rare smoke stole from Harold's stash years back. Exhaled, slow-watching taillights crawl the boulevard. Control. It hummed in my veins, cold fire. The proof was in motion, her world tilting on its axis, and me steady at the wheel. For the first time in 9 years, I wasn't the mark. I was the closer. Chapter 4. The Suite of Reckoning, Allentown. Friday. The Hilton squatted off 17th Street like a bloated kingpin, its glass facade reflecting the convention swarm suits with badges, carts, rattling medical gear, the air thick with cheap cologne and cheaper ambitions. I checked into room 311 under Walter Hayes. Cash. No trail. The clerk barely glanced up from her screen, handing over the keycard like it was yesterday's trash. Wireless internet strong as my resolve. Pizza from room service hit my gut like lead pepperoni and purpose while I unpacked the arsenal. Laptop primed, feeds tested. This wasn't a stakeout, it was surgery. Work clothes next. Khakis starched stiff clipboard underarm, that vest zipped over a shirt that screamed maintenance drone. Fake work order clipped on smoke detector recall suite 411. The roster had coughed it up easy. Derek Kramer and Sean Blank sharing the premium digs Friday check-in. I hit the fourth floor housekeeping cart, my alibi. The Latina maid Maria eyed my badge forged flawless from the firm's template. Room's empty still. I flashed the order voice flat as for Micah. She nodded, keycard out. No guests. Go ahead, senor. Quick, eh? 20 minutes. That's all it took. Suite 411, 2 queen beds mocking me from across the beige carpet mini-fridge, humming like a guilty conscience, bathroom tiles gleaming under fluorescence. I wired the cams fast, first one ceiling mounted over the headboard, wide-angle beast, snagging both beds and the entry. Second zoom lens tucked in the new smoke detector by the closet, motion-triggered for the money shots. Feeds beamed wireless to my laptop downstairs, high-def crisp even in dim lamplight. 3 detectors now. Hope they were too buzzed to count. Pro work. My hands didn't shake once. Rage. Oh, it simmered. But this was precision. A scalpel to her throat. Back in 311 setup locked. Laptop split screen live feeds green. Throwaway phone charged. Burrito wrapper crumpled in the bin. I paced the carpet shadows, stretching like fingers. Dialed her cell at 5 sharp. Casual. The husband check-in. Hey, babe. Kids squared away with mom and dad. Me still buried in audits. You good? Her voice bubbled through all faux sunshine. Mark Caller ID's a snitch. Yeah, at Megan's Girl Talk Central. Heading to Melanie's for a sleepover soon. Ray's on kid duty. Total blast brewing. Ray Wilson. Megan's brick wall hubby high school gridiron ghost with a temper like bad whiskey. Sounds epic. Grab pics. For the album. In your dreams perv. Laugh. Click. The line went dead, but the echo lingered perv. Like I was the intruder in my own marriage. Ping. Feeds lit up at 6:47. Door banged wide, laughter crashing like waves on jagged rocks. Derek and Sean stumbled in duffels, thumping ties loose as their morals. Derek, dark hair, slicked eyes, hungry, built like he bench-pressed regrets. Sean, balding dome, pale as fresh linen, but shoulders broad enough to block doorways. Beers cracked from the minibar, voices booming through the bug I'd planted in the lamp base. Drive was a bitch turnpike, tolls bleeding us dry, but the ladies inbound hot. Derek's cell trilled. He snatched it, grin-splitting. Stud Farm, how can we service honey? We're primed. Outback down in 2. Bring that fire. Megan's cackle crackled through. I bolted, laptop minimized, door soft close. Stairwell to the lobby corner, vantage by the ficus. There they were, Lauren and Megan, arm in arm like prom queens on parole. Giggling, heads together, whispers filthy. Elevator dinged. The men emerged, Derek's arm snaking Lauren's waist, her peck on his cheek, not sisterly. Wifely, intimate. They piled into Sean's black Escalade taillights, winking goodbye. Her Volvo backlot discreet in shadows. I hit it fast trunk popped trash bags loaded from the pre-dawn haul. Her closet's ghosts, dresses, silk soft heels spiked like accusations, makeup case heavy with war paint. Crammed tight 50-gallon black voids swallowing her life. Note on the dash, Sharpie bold, locks changed, kids and I gone. Extended road trip. Don't chase ghosts. Locks done at 0500, my parents' farm in Lancaster County, humming with readiness. Guest rooms, aired motorhome, fueled for bolt if needed. Taco Bell drive-thru for ballast. A supreme burrito, extra hot sauce to match the burn. They got ribs and red wine. I got fast food and faster justice. Back in the room by 7:30 feeds quiet. An hour to kill. I paced. Thought of Ethan, his Lego forts, the way he'd fist bump after a good night story. My boy, not mine. The lie twisted fresh. What would you do? Smash the screen, storm the steakhouse, drag her out by the highlights? No. I breathed deep. Let the trap bait itself. They rolled back at 8:42. Buzzed. Bottle of Jack in Sean's fist glasses clinking like handcuffs. Door slammed. Pillows yanked from beds, thudding to carpet. All right, witch's winner claims first three-way dibs. Megan crowed, voice slurred, sweet. Laughter erupted, raw animal. Tops shed. Bras snapped free. Knees hit floor. Pants pooled at ankles, boxers tented, then discarded. Go! Lauren's call, a starter pistol. The contest ignited. Enthusiasm vile. Lauren on Derek's steady rhythm cheeks, hollowing deep chin, nudging his thighs with every plunge. Eyes locked up, eager. I'd never rated that devotion. Jealousy spiked, hot mingling with the fury. Cams feasted, manual zoom snagged close-ups, cheeks flushed, lips stretched. Stills snapped 5-10 frozen frames of her betrayal, time-stamped for court. Climaxes crashed. Derek first groan, guttural, her holding tight, swallowing every pulse, cheeks ballooning, then easing with a smug smile. Sean followed Megan, choking mid-pump, backing off with a sputter. Warn a girl, you brute! Spill wasted on the carpet. Lauren crawled over, knees raw, and shared drip by drip into Megan's open mouth. Sisters share everything. Giggles again. Sick symphony. Beds claimed next. Faces buried between thighs, moans, escalating prods for harder, faster. Megan crested first, bucking wild, leaving Sean glistening. Lauren last clutching Derek's skull like a vice scream ripping as she rode the wave. Then the main event missionary, brutal bed springs, protesting. Positions blurred, doggy with Lauren blowing Sean. Cowgirl flips her sandwiched between them in a tangle of limbs and lies. Double entry, her cries ecstatic. Audio gold. God, yes, deeper, both of you. Stills captured the peak, faces contorted, bodies locked in sin. Break hit at 10:15, showers hissing, beers cracked. I snatched the clip, 2 minutes of prime filth, emails queued on the burner laptop, VPN masked. To Mrs. Kramer, convention honors for Derek, special pics attached. Check your inbox. Stills bundled, sent to urb.net. Mrs. Blank's bblankbalk.com. Shared ceremony shots enjoy. Hotel Wi-Fi traced it all, but to them ghosts. They reconvened, second wind positions recycled. Feeds live-streamed to a throwaway dark web mirror, Lauren and Megan's Allentown orgy. Viewers ticked up 5,200. My accomplices unwitting. Boredom crept in by 11. Packed the laptop, last feeds looping for the pervs. One final call, Ray Wilson, Megan's bull. Throwaway 2. Played the audio snag, Megan's pregame cackle. 3 Rugrats, none Rays, he's too sloshed to sniff the cheat. Silence. Then his growl, where? 411. Hilton. Big boys, Derek, Sean. Bat might even the odds. Click. Dead air. I hit the lot at 11:30, SUV humming alive. Truck lights pierced the dark, a Ford F-150 Ray's shadow leaping out, aluminum bat gripped white-knuckled. He stormed the lobby, no desk stop, straight to elevators. Feeds chaos erupted seconds later. Door splintered. Screams Megan's shriek piercing, Ray what the fuck thuds, meat on metal, bones cracking like dry twigs. Derek's bellow cut short, Sean's gurgle, Lauren's wail high hysterical. Stop! Oh God, stop! Sirens wailed, distant closing fast. I peeled out slow taillights off till the highway. Rear view flashing blues painting the Hilton red. Rage. It ebbed to embers. Satisfaction bloomed quiet volcanic. The suite reeked of her ruin now. Bags in the Volvo, locks on the house. Proof en route. She'd wake to wreckage. And me fading into Pennsylvania's black veins toward Lancaster's soil. The game over. Checkmate whispered in the wind. Saturday dawn broke over Lancaster County like a hesitant truce. The farm, my parents' 80-acre sanctuary, all-weathered red barn and fields stitched with wild rye, swallowed our SUV whole. We'd fled Allentown at midnight, the Hilton's sirens fading in the rear view like a bad dream's echo. Kids buckled in back Samantha and Rachel, 16 and 15, slumped against each other, whispers hissing like steam. Ethan 8, innocent as fresh hay, curled on my lap, thumb in mouth, oblivious to the fracture lines spidering our world. Mom met us at the porch apron, flour-dusted, arms wide as the horizon. My babies. Hugs crushed tight, her scent of yeast and earth grounding the chaos. Dad loomed behind flannel-clad oak, clapping my shoulder with calloused hands. Barns empty for your ghosts. Motorhomes fueled if the wind shifts. No questions, just keys pressed into my palm. That's blood, unspoken steel. We spilled into the guest wing, 4 rooms off the kitchen, quilts starched stiff. Ethan bolted for the coop, chasing bantams with whoops that split the fog. Look, Dad, feathers everywhere. His laugh. God, it knifed me, dark curls, bouncing eyes so like Derek's now that I saw it. Not mine. 9 years stolen. But here, under this roof, he was just Ethan, my shadow. For now. Brunch dragged us to the oak table, pancakes, towering bacon crisping in iron. Forks scraped. Silence thickened like gravy. Samantha set hers down first, blue eyes, my eyes pinning me. Dad, spill it. Mom's girls' trip turns into midnight bailout. We're not idiots. Rachel nodded, braids tight as her jaw. We saw her with Craig. 4 months back. Skipped Chem Lab gold SUV in the drive. Waited 2 hours. Sheets wrecked when we snuck in. Air sucked out. They'd carried it, buried the blade for me. Pride swelled bitter as bile. Girls, why hold back? Samantha's voice cracked, fierce, fractured. Didn't want to shatter you, but this feels nuclear. Rachel leaned in hand on mine. Tell us. All of it. I exhaled. The dam burst. Basement call word for word, Megan's cackle, Lauren's laugh like shattered glass. Ethan, the expo lie, 9 years of cribs and cheers, all fraud. I played the audio snippet on my phone, low, her mocking, Mark's clueless bubble, raising my boy like a sap. Their faces storm clouds gathering. Samantha's fist clenched white. Rachel's tears hot unshed. He's not ours, Samantha whispered, glance flicking to the window where Ethan chased a hen. Blood says no, but heart, that's mine to fight. Pause, heavy. Your mother chose her path, we choose ours. Rachel surged up, chair scraping. She's dead to us. Poison. We're Team Dad. Lock it. Samantha nodded, steel in her spine. Always. Hugs, then fierce fracturing. Bonds reforged in the fire she'd lit. Boundaries etched no mercy for the betrayer. Lauren's calls, voicemail voids. Texts ignored ash. Ethan burst in, feather in fist. Grandpa says I can name the rooster Thunder. Can Mom come play? Stomach twisted. I knelt eye level. Soon, champ. But here, chickens and creeks, Adventure Central. He beamed, trust absolute, dimples deep. Race you to the pond. Off he scampered, Grandpa trailing with a wink. Jake suits him better than Ethan. Less complicated. Jake. Yeah, a fresh name for fresh soil. That night, porch swing creaked under stars pricking the black. Fireflies danced lazy over the fields, golden pulses in the dark. Inside, girls plotted college brochures, voices rising like hope. Ethan Jake snored soft from the trundle. Mom's pie cooled on the sill. I leaned on the rail, wind whispering through cornstalks. Rage dulled to embers. Family ironclad now. Lauren's shadow loomed, distant bags in her Volvo locks barring her key. But here, roots dug deep. A new furrow turned. Toward light. No looking back. Summer scorched Lancaster's fields into gold, then folded soft into fall's amber hush. Weeks bled into months on the farm, 80 acres of rhythm where dawn broke with rooster crows and dusk sealed with firefly confessions. We'd burrowed deep my parents' world, a fortress of flannel and fortitude. No Lauren storms, just us, rebuilding, brick by scarred brick. The house sold mid-July. Betty Klein's shark grin closed it fast, 3-bedroom, split-level Elm Street trap, gone for $270,000. Lauren signed in a notary's glare, her signature shaky as her alibis. $16,000. That's her cut after fees, trusts, and the fraud clawback. David Kaplan's petition hit like a freight train, adultery docs. Craig's webcam filth, the suite's orgy stills time-stamped in high-def horror. DNA verdict sealed the coffin. Samantha and Rachel, mine blood deep. Ethan Jake, now Derek's echo, but my heart's claim. Retro support, Derek folded wired $5,000 a year. Backdated, then vanished into Baltimore's shadows. His wife divorce papers served bedside ribs cracked from Ray's bat. Megan's same wreckage. Ray walked on self-defense, bat bloodied but conscience clear. Trust funds ironclad. $85,000 split even for the girls' college vaults no lawyer could pick. Samantha and Rachel, Vermont, called them home. Hanover Academy, that ivy-clad bastion in the Green Mountains, swallowed them whole late August. Drop-off day, Subaru crunching gravel to the quad dorms, crisp with pine polish. Samantha hugged fierce backpack slung like armor. "Dad, this is our launch, no chains." Rachel piled on braids, whipping. "Team Harlan forever, screw the rest." Tears mine, hot and hidden. Theirs steel resolve. Scholarships bloomed, James Madison in the fall, full rides on merit. My girls, unbreakable. Jake Farm's own miracle. 8 turning 9 under Grandpa's wing name, etched legal Jacob Harlan adoption papers inked with Dad's steady hand. "Gerard's for suits," he grumbled. "Jake's for pirates." Coop's expanded bantams, his battalion feathers flying eggs golden in his palms. School bus to the one room in town, C's climbing to A's on fractions and foxes. Mom's apple pies sweetened the lessons. Dad's stories of steel mills forged his grit. One visit from Lauren rattling civic eyes hollowed by defeat. Jared honey. Jake flat. He walked away mid-sentence toward the barn's warm glow. She railed at Dad, stealing his roots. He shrugged, pipe smoke curling. Roots grow where they're planted, Missy. She peeled out tires, spitting gravel. Never came back. Ghosted. Good. My offer. Portland sealed in August. Harold's voice crackled over the line. "Branch King Mark, September 1st. Tracy's your spearhead office, primed, Subaru waiting." Craig shipped north, first reassignment bait. Day 2. I pink-slipped him in a conference room, reeking of rain and regret. "She hunted you fine, but my roof. You're done." He whimpered snot-nosed excuses, Ellen's divorce looming like a guillotine. Fired. Finished. Emotions relief washed clean like Willamette fog burning off. No victory roars, just steady reclaim. Control cold and complete. Weekly calls stitched us girls acing lit Jake's kitten litter named after superheroes. Lauren whispers only Vegas with Megan's 16,000 torched on slots and spite. Vanished. Fall equinox hit leaves torching the hills. Porch swing creaked under harvest moon. Jake's head on my knee, stars pricking the velvet sky. Inside, Mom's stew simmered, family forged anew. No shadows loomed, just light. Forward, our small tribe, not broken, remade. And in that quiet fire we began the chapter she'd never touch. Portland. 6 months deep. The Willamette whispered secrets under steel bridges, rain-sheeting my office window like tears I'd long since shed. September 24th, 2025. The date hit my desk in a manila envelope divorce decree stamped final by a judge in Harrisburg who'd seen enough lies to last a lifetime. David Kaplan's scrawl, "Clean-cut Mark. She's got nothing left to bleed." I leaned back in the leather chair, branch manager, now Keystone's Pacific Crown. Glass walls hummed with audits and alerts, Tracy at my side like a blade, auburn fire, blue steel eyes, her efficiency turning chaos to clockwork. "Craig called from Philly." she said that morning, coffee steaming. Begging reinstatement. Ellen took the house, the dog, his dignity. I smirked. Tell him life's a reassignment, permanently. But Lauren, oh, she unraveled spectacular. $16,000. That's her empire's ash squandered in Vegas neon, with Megan Slot swallowing secrets faster than Ray's bat had cracked ribs. David's last update eviction notice on her Lancaster crashpad Civic repossessed admin gig torched after the hospital sniffed the Expo scandal. Whispers said Baltimore crawling back to Derek's shadow, but his wife's claws raked deeper. Divorce served in his hospital bed, genitals pulverized to pulp. No alimony, no scraps. Fraud forfeit. She fought once lawyer's letter, all venom and vows. You'll regret this, Mark. The kids need their mother. David's reply. The suite's full video. Orgy in high def. Her screams silenced the suit. Gone. Vanished like smoke in the fog. One email. Desperate digital plea. Please for Ethan Jake. One call. Deleted. Unread. The kids they knew. Samantha's voice on the line last week, Vermont crisp, scholarship-locked dad, James Madison next fall. Rachel's killing debate says hi. Laughter, light, no shadows. Jake Farm's kingpin now. Chickens hit 20 Gramps says I'm a wizard. His voice cracked, boy-to-man adoption, ironclad. Miss you, but the pond's got base this big. Fist bump echo. Blood or not, he's mine. Forged in fire. Emotions, not triumph's roar. Quiet thunder. Satisfaction uncoiling slow, like rain carving canyons. Mornings I hiked the gorge Multnomah Falls, roaring white mist kissing scars. Afternoons deals closed, team toasting in the Pearl District's haze. Nights Subaru purring home to my apartment loft, views of bridges lit gold, no ghosts in the sheets. Tracy joined once dinner easy talk of audits and origins. No rush, no chains, just space. Breath. Lauren's last haunt. A voicemail caught on the burner before I torched it. Voice hollow hotel hum behind. Mark, it's over, isn't it? God, the lies. Click. Static. I pictured her then, blonde, faded green eyes, dull mirrors cracking under the weight. Not my blade. Hers. Self-sharpened, self-thrust. Fall-deepened leaves bleeding red over evergreens. Porch calls home, Jake's rooster tails, girls' campus chaos. Family. Fractured, no honed. Sharp as the justice I'd served cold. In the end, I didn't have to destroy her, she did it all by herself. All I had to do was step out of the shadows and let the truth speak. Thank you for listening to today's stories. If you enjoyed listening, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, leave a comment below to share your thoughts on what happened. Take care.